Hello and welcome to my channel On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today, let's find out what's on the hook. I have lots of things to talk about today, as usual. And this is my once a week video that I put out for my subscribers and viewers. So I hope you can grab a cup of coffee or a glass of iced tea and sit back and enjoy some time where we talk about crochet and embroidery. And I've brought on embroidery the last few weeks and everybody seems to like it just fine. So I've become a little more engaged with it, and I've got some projects to show you that I'm setting up. And don't have any progress on my Lost in Time big project, the one with 66,000 stitches. I have been doing some other things this week, so I really don't have any progress to show on that. But I wanted to talk about crochet first because this is about wearable crochet style. First of all, what I'm wearing the Picnic Time sweater that I released the pattern for, I believe it was last week or the week before. And a lot of you have gone out and taken advantage of it. I think it's wonderful. I really like it. It's a different kind of pattern. It's got different kinds of sleeves, and it's a very comfortable summer sweater made from cotton. So you can pick pretty much any cotton you want to use, maybe a Michael's Loops and Thread cotton or some other cotton or a fancy cotton, whatever you want to use. Some people have used bamboo to make this, and it makes the sleeves very drapey. This is a comfortable cotton sweater that you can make for summer outings, or if you're in the air conditioning, you can wear it to church with a skirt. It's just very comfortable. And at the bottom, I'm just wearing it with some green jeans, and at the bottom there's some lace to match the sleeves. And I just thought it was a nice, easy crochet project. So if you haven't tried that, you might try it. So that's what I'm wearing. And Crystal's off this week, so she's not going to be modeling anything for me today. But I hope y'all had a wonderful July 4th. I forgot to mention that. I hope you had a good barbecue or some time with family and friends to reflect on our Independence Day celebration, and that it's a wonderful day in our country. So let's celebrate and enjoy it. I love July the 4th. I really enjoy July the 4th. Just thinking about the events that happened around that date in 1776 when we declared our independence from another country. It's very exciting to read the story about Independence Day. The second crochet project I have on my list of items to talk about is my patent silk bamboo sweater that I'm making. I think I'm going to actually write a pattern for this as well. This is the moss color green that I showed in my last video. Just quickly, I want to show you I haven't made progress, and I'll tell you why. I haven't made progress on this because I'm waiting for the other yarn to come in, and I think maybe the holiday upset the delivery schedule, and so I have not received the almond colored silk bamboo to make stripes for this. And I'm just making very thin stripes. Don't worry, it's not going to be a big stripy sweater, but I do want to make a sweater with some stripes, and I have an idea what I want to do. And as soon as that yarn comes in, I'll be able to make some progress on this. Now, my newest project is I'm calling Lydias Lace. The lace is, of course, around the top of this sweater, and I'm making this from a Comfy Cotton Lion brand yarn, and it's not the easiest pattern to come up with, but it will be easy to make. I've written the instructions very simply, so you shouldn't have any problem making this. But I still have some stitch markers in here, but I'm going to hold it up to myself so you can see how far I have proceeded with this. I'm real excited about it, and there are a lot of treble stitches in this, so you'll get lots of practice making treble stitches. This is a short sleeve lace sweater at the top, and the lace is up to you where you start it. You can start it very high or you can start it low. I started this above my bust line, so there's a section on here that is a solid section, so that's for extra modesty there. And then the rest of the sweater is done in different rows, but there are some doubles and trebles and all that mixed in. So it's going to be a beautiful sweater when I finish it. I might like to make it in a different color too, but I had some of this Comfy Cotton, and I thought I'm just going to make that sweater out of the whipped cream because it's such a beautiful summer color. Here's the yarn I'm using. It's called Comfy Cotton by Lion brand, and it's the whipped cream color. I am finished crocheting the sweater, and I have some work to do on the pattern. I also have some ends to tie in. I'm not finished putting an edging around the neckline and maybe even the sleeves, so I still have a little bit more to go. But I've used 1 full cake of yarn, and I've also used this much of the second one, and there's a little bit gone there. It's not too much, but I'll be using some more of this, but I will not use 2 full cakes. But I would suggest that you buy 2 full cakes of comfy cotton if you want to make this sweater. And if you're going to make it very, very long or wide, as I always say, buy an extra cake. You can always do something else with it. You can make a tank top out of it or something. But always buy plenty of yarn because you don't want to run out. And like I said, I've had it happen to me where I've been crocheting a sweater and I absolutely ran out at the end, and I was lucky. The few times that happened, I was lucky enough to find the yarn, but it wasn't at the same place I bought it to begin with. So anyway, this is the Comfy Cotton Lydias Lace, and this pattern hopefully will be out this week. And what I'm going to do, what I plan to do, is to make a video and just have this in the video. So if you're interested, you can click on the video. It's not going to be a long video, long and drawn out. I'm not going to go over everything I did for this particular pattern, but I will model the sweater and you can see how it looks on me, and then you can decide if you want to make it or how you want to adjust it for your own body. So that is how I write patterns. I do not write patterns in sizes. So, and I'm going to reiterate that in the video and talk about how we size Jeannie's sweaters. They're not sized extra small, small, medium, large, and up. They're not sized that way. They're sized to fit you. So I'll take this moment to say, if you want to receive a substantial discount on the pattern when it is released into the Etsy shop, you can sign up to be in the community, and it's right down in the description box. It's free. You don't have to spend a long time signing up. It takes about 20 seconds to sign up. And when the pattern comes out, every time I release a pattern, I send an email to my community and they receive a really nice discount on that pattern. There are other people that buy my patterns at full price, but if you're in the community, you can use the discount. And the discount is always good on all the products in my Etsy shop. So you can use that discount and just go crazy if you want to. And I've had a lot of people buy several patterns with the same big discount that came out on one pattern, but they used it on several others as well. So that's the progress I've made on Lydias Lace. It's a summer sweater made from comfy cotton. And I love this cotton. I really do. I don't always love it for everything I try, but it has turned out very nice for this sweater. One more crochet project that I am working on, and this is in a JoTotes bag that she made special for me. It's all done in vinyl. I love this bag. I use it all the time. I use it for most of my new projects go in here. And I'll have Jo later in the video show you her next bag. It's so cute. It's another girly bag, and it's very, very cute. This is a project that I'm making from the Knit Crate yarn that came in the box, in the June box, I believe it was. And it's a kind of a loud color. My mother would call that a loud color, and she's right. It's an orangey orange, and it has a little bit of yellow in it, just a tiny bit of yellow. A little bit of coral too. I'm not really sure how to describe it. Here it is balled up, and you can look at it there. It's really pretty. It really is. And they had some other colors there that I almost wish that I had selected. But I selected this color, so I'm going to proceed with this. I'm making a sweater from it. Here's the sweater, all this part of it. It's going to be very, very simple, probably made by one of the sweater patterns I already have in my Etsy shop. I'm just going to go back and make one of those. And I received 2 balls, and what I did was I figured out how much weight was left in this ball. It's a 100-gram ball, and there was a certain number of grams left. So I know that I used maybe 12 grams of this ball to make this much. And this is 3.5 inches of the fabric. So I figured out how much yarn it took me to make that 3.5 inches of fabric, and it will not be enough for 2 balls, will not be enough to make the sweater that I'm wanting to make. And it will have short sleeves in it. Most of my sweaters will have short sleeves, at least from now on. I just think that's a better look for me. You can certainly make them sleeveless, and usually where I stop the fabric, you can just crochet an edging on the top of the fabric and make it a sleeveless top. But I usually continue on down with short sleeves, or I make the sleeve into the pattern itself. And I've talked about that many times. You can crochet a sleeve right into a pattern. Now, this is not done this way. This is added on to a fabric. So this whole sleeve is added on in this particular pattern. But I have others where the sleeves are crocheted right into the fabric. So that's probably what I'm going to do with this, because it's a fast crochet. It's fast to make a sweater like that. So I ordered another ball of this. So I would have 3 balls and plenty of crochet yarn to make this particular top. This is Audine Wool's Knit Crate Interlock, and it's not a furry kind of a yarn. It doesn't have any halo on it. It is an interlock, which means that the yarn itself looks like a little chain. I don't know if you can see that. It's really hard to see on the camera. See if you can see that. It's a chain, and it's of course tightly woven, and it's beautiful. I love it. I love it. This is 34% cotton, 35% linen, 19% lyocell, and 11% nylon. So it's a Duke's mixture of all kinds of yarns in here. This yarn is cotton and linen together. So I figured a nice summer sweater would be great with this yarn. It's not wool. This colorway in particular is called Pigment, and it is a very strong pigmented yarn. So just wanted to show you that. That is the progress I've made on that sweater, and I have ordered another ball. So I hope I will get that fairly soon. It doesn't have to come right away though, because I've got a ways to go with my pattern. But I'm putting that back in here, and I work on it every so often when I think about it at my desk. I'll grab this project and do a few rows on it. So that is the crochet portion of my video. Hope you enjoyed that. Now moving on to embroidery. I've had some good fun this week working on some embroidery. I have 2 new projects. One project to show you for Christmas in July. And let me just show you this. This is an embroidery project that I did, and I will put the artist name down in the description box so you can order this if you want to. I really love it. It's a line drawing, which I'm really loving right now. A line drawing of poppies and lavender. And I've selected my own colors. I didn't go by her colors. So it's very easy to select your own. You only need 4 or 5 colors and you're done. I did a white border, I don't know if you can see that, around the edge, because the frame that I bought had a white edging on the inside of the mat. So I balanced that with a white border around here. I was not pleased with how this looked with that. And then when I put the white border on it, that helped a little bit. It helps it blend in to the mat just a little bit and to reflect the colors in the frame. The frame I got at Hobby Lobby, I believe, or one of the craft stores. It was very inexpensive. I got it half price. On the back, you can hang this on the wall either way, or you can put it on a table. It has a stand. So I hung this in my kitchen, and it looks really pretty in there because my kitchen has red accents. So I just wanted to show you that. This is a finally finished project, and it's on the wall. Now I want to show you a couple of projects that I've put together for embroidery, and this has a little story behind it. This is and if you watch me on Instagram, you will know all about this, but some of y'all don't, so that I'm going to show this on my YouTube channel because it's kind of an interesting story. This is a Dimensions kit, and Dimensions has a pretty good name out there. They have some beautiful kits. This is one that I bought when my daughter was 1, and it says, "I hope my children look back on today and see a mother who had time to play. There will be years for cleaning and cooking, for children grow up while we're not looking." And I just thought that was so poignant. And I found this kit, and it said exactly that on the kit. And then there's a picture of a young mother down here with her little, looks like a little boy, reading him a book, and there are toys all around. And I just thought that was so sweet. Well, I bought it 30 years ago. It had wool, it was a crewel embroidery kit, and it had wool yarn. And so I did some work on it. I did actually most of the bottom of it, and part of the letters. I hadn't quite finished it. Well, I found it in my craft room. It was in a bag, and I had just not finished it. You know, sometimes that happens. And I pulled it out, and the moths had eaten a whole section of, actually they had eaten all around on the back of it. And so all you had to do was just pull the yarn, and it would just come right off of the picture. So that wasn't going to work. So I went over to eBay, and I found this kit intact, never been opened, and I bought it. It was $20 or something like that. And I went ahead and bought it, and I put it away. I got it all ready to go, actually, and I had the yarn all squared away and everything ready to go, and I didn't make it. That was 5 years ago. So it's in another bag. Okay, so and in that kit was a fresh piece of linen and all the crewel embroidery yarns in that kit. So I found it the other day, and I thought, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to get this kit out and use the linen and change the embroidery to cotton floss embroidery, and it will last longer. It won't look as fluffy and pretty as this, but I'm going to do that. So I got the yarns out, and I had bought quite a few cotton floss yarns over the last few weeks, as you know if you watch my show, and I found the cotton floss that exactly matched the wool. There were, I think, 12 or 13 colors. And here's the linen. It's a big project. It's pretty big. This was created in 1981. I thought that was pretty interesting. But I actually did the bear the second time I got the kit. And I did the little bear in wool. And I may leave him alone. I may leave him in wool because bears are kind of woolly. But the rest of it is going to be done in cotton floss. I changed some of the colors. I'm going to predominantly do it in blue because her last baby, it's for my daughter, and her last baby's room is done in blues. So I'll probably do all the writing in blue and then coordinate some other colors around it. So this is what I've done this weekend. I've grabbed up all the cotton floss in the colors that were in the wool, and I wound them on bobbins, and then I put them on this little ring right here, and they're in my project bag. So this is how I have it right here. I have my project bag that I made. Here it is. And I'm going to put this picture in the vinyl front so I'll know what's in this bag, and maybe I can get to work on it. I think I probably will. This is how it's going to look over in my stash, and I hope to get that done for her for Christmas. That's what I would like to do. And she doesn't watch my show, so she won't even know that. She doesn't have time. All right, so this is another project that I'm doing, and it's all kitted up. Now, this is not on bobbins yet, and I plan to put that on bobbins. But I wanted to get them all together, so I went to Michael's yesterday, and I bought all the yarn. I always say yarn, that's because I'm a crocheter. I bought all the cotton floss that was required to do this particular project, and I really like this project. I also bought some needles because I didn't have enough needles. I had 100 needles. I didn't have enough. I bought this project online. I'm looking for a 12 Days of Christmas project, and I love the 12 Days of Christmas, and I'm going to plan to do some work with that in my 12 Days of Christmas videos, and I still plan to do those. Unless something terrible happens, I want to do the 12 Days of Christmas. And those, if you don't know, are the days after Christmas. So the first day of the 12 Days of Christmas is Christmas Day, and the last day is Epiphany, which is January 6th. So these are the pictures that go on to the project, and I bought a large piece of linen, and here it is right here. I bought this, I'm sure I bought it at Michael's. It's called Fiddler's Cloth, and it's the 14 count. It's not hard to do. This is going to be big, but it's called Light Oatmeal, Gold Standard, DMC, Charles Craft. All those names are on there. I'm going to hold that up so you can see it. But you can buy this right off the rack. It's not a specialty fabric at all, and if I was farther along, I might be looking for a specialty fabric. But right now, I just want to get it started. So I bought that, and I'm going to do this. And this is the 12 days of Christmas, and each day has a number in it, and the number is hidden. I mean, I really made this for my grandsons so they can look at it and tell me where the numbers are. Here is the number 1, so you can barely see it there. The number 1 right there. The number 2 for this one is right there, and you can barely see it. I mean, it's hard to find, but you have to search in the pictures. And when you talk about the pictures, you can say what the days are in the 12 Days of Christmas song. And my true love gave to me, you know the song. So all the colors for the project are down here. And I went to Michael's yesterday, and I had this in my vinyl project bag. I'm ready to go. So I have all the floss that I need for that particular project, and I'm just going to put it in here for now. I haven't put it on bobbins yet. Maybe I'll do that at my desk when I'm on a phone call or something. I might do that. And I'd like to show you some things that I do to make it really, really easy that I've found by looking at lots of other YouTubers do their bobbins. So if you're thinking about doing a project, you might want to put this on bobbins, and I'll show you that in some other video. But right now I just wanted to show you the project and how cute it was. This is my Christmas in July project. I might start that this month just so I can get some work done on it, and hopefully finish it before Christmas for my grandsons. So that's a project for my daughter and for my grandsons, this project. So I'm excited. They're nice and they're organized, and I like that. I can just grab one and work on it, and I don't have to search around for everything I need to do the project. Another project that I want to do is a line drawing of Mary and Jesus. And what I've done is, I know how I want to look, so I've traced it onto a piece of linen. I don't know if you can see that. I've traced it onto a piece of linen, and I'd like to do this fairly quickly because it's just a line drawing. There's no satin stitch, there's not a lot of work here, and then get it framed. I'd like to do that. So that's one of my Christmas in July projects. I hope I can work on it. I plan to work on it anyway, and I drew that. I'd like to let y'all take a look at it and see what you think. So now we have a video from Jo showing her newest custom project bag.
Good morning, this is Jo with Jo of JoTotes, and I'm going to show you a bag today that I made for Susan, who lives in Florida. Now, Susan had contacted me early this year wanting a bag, and then all of a sudden she just stopped communicating, but it was of no fault of her own. She had a major medical issue and she was hospitalized, and so when she did contact me again, of course I had many other people who had contacted me and paid and ordered for bags, but I kind of wanted to put a rush on hers because it was of no fault that she wasn't able to communicate. So I went ahead and made her bag. Now, she sent me many different options for fabric. And if you remember last month, I made a girly girl bag and it was very popular. A lot of people liked that a lot. So I chose one of the fabrics that was very similar to that. And I emphasized the pink on the outside snap pocket. And you can see on the medallion that I picked up on a little bit of the purple that's in it. And try to mimic the same kind of swirl that's in this pattern, in the fabric pattern. You can see all those like little medallions, I guess, or mandalas, I guess you could call them. So the inside pocket I made with this purple fabric, as well as I used the same on the zipper pull tabs that I made a dress for my granddaughter when they were here visiting a couple of weeks ago. So that was fun to use again. On the handles, I picked up on the pink and the gray that's predominant in the bag, and you can see that it's got little circles, kind of like the fabric has little circles of flowers. So I used this fabric on the handles and also on the bottom. So it gave it a dark bottom and then some dark handles, which is handy when you're talking about soiling and not having to wash as often. On her zipper tab, I put a little charm that's got a little lamb on it, and you can see other little jewels that I like to put on it. So on the inside, she wanted two different options. One, she specifically wanted a pocket that could hold 2 cell phones and 2 hooks. So you can see that's what I did for her, and I used the same fabric that I used on the outside pouch. So this will hold a cell phone. I stuck mine in there, and it does work, and this holds 2 crochet hooks. So I hope that that will really work for her. The other option she wanted on the inside was a clear vinyl pocket, a medium-sized one. So she wanted a snap to close it. So I put a snap in there that closes it. So that'll be nice to have handy to put stuff in. And then I used the same fabric as the pouch for the zipper binding. And then I used kind of a neutral color zipper because there's so many colors in this bag. And I didn't want to emphasize the zipper as much as the color in the fabric. So she also, of course, got the stitch markers that everybody gets on their bags. So let me show you the addition that she just asked for recently. And that was a matching, you call this a wristlet. So I've never made a wristlet before, but you can see it does match. And she wanted one big enough to hold her stuff, as we all do. We never have enough room to hold stuff. So it does match the bag. You can see I thought it turned out pretty cute, the same fabric. And on the inside, this has the same fabric as, the lining has the same fabric as the outside. And then, of course, I had to put another little zipper pull on it. And I had this long rectangular clear glass bead that I thought went really well. You need something kind of longer when you're pulling a zipper back and forth all the time, which she will be doing. And then, of course, for the bottom and the handle, I wanted a fabric that would wear well, and so I used the same fabric as the bottom. And then the other thing she wanted, which I've never had anybody ask for extra ones, but she wanted 2 stitch markers. And I've never really made stitch markers before for that purpose. I've just made them for zipper pulls, but I did make these 2 little ones for her that kind of go with her bag. I don't know if you've ever made zipper pulls before, but they're really fun things to make. They don't take long, and you can be really creative, and as long as you've got ample beads, which I do, and the other hardware that you need, then it's really easy to make. So that's the bag for Susan, and I hope you like it. I'm hoping she will like it. I think she will. And then next I'm creating a very large bag for Crystal. And this is the second bag I've made for Crystal. And it's made of a very bright fabric, and it's a very large girl. So she's like, not Crystal, the bag. This bag is like 16 by 16 by 6, I think, 6 or 7. So it's in process. It's a little bit of a job to handle in terms of getting around the sewing machine and all that with stitching, but I'm hoping that it turns out beautiful. So that's the next bag that you'll see, and that will be for Crystal. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and celebrate the 4th and our freedom that so many people gave their lives for, including members of my own family. So bye until I talk to you later. This is Jo.
Now for the giveaway portion of my video. Last week I said that I was going to give away a Crochet Magazine, and I'm going to do that right now. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins the Crochet Magazine. Okay, so here we have the URL from last Monday's video. We have the word change, which was the key word that I asked y'all to put in your comment to be in the running for this. And let's get the YouTube comments. Let's find out how many there were. There were, here's still counting, 326 comments that qualified for this particular giveaway. So thank you for participating. Now let's go over here and find out who wins the Crochet Magazine. The winner is Diana DeForest. Diana DeForest. That pretty green will be a pretty tank, maybe a change from your plan. So Diana, thank you for your comment and for putting the keyword in there, and congratulations, you've won the Crochet Magazine. Now, as promised, I have a beautiful crochet surprise box that will be next Monday's giveaway. So let me look at this with you and we will open it up. I've got it open here, and this is the project. Let me show you this. Oh no, it's a wearable. Isn't that pretty? It is a flower, it looks like it says flower scarf, and I'm shaking a little bit. Here we go. It's a flower scarf, and it looks like it's made from a Karen cotton cake, because let me show you what came in the box with this. And honestly, the directions are extremely simple. They're extremely simple, so anybody could make this that's even a beginning crocheter. And while I'm at it, the tea of the month is Lavender Rose. This is Jasmine Pearls tea, some of the best I've ever had. Lavender Rose, I bet it smells wonderful. But I'm not going to open it. It's for the giveaway winner for next Monday. What came in the box was the Lavender Rose tea and two, count them, 2 Caron cakes. And each Caron cake will make 1 scarf. So this is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic, as you probably already know. If you're a crocheter, this is a very popular yarn. It's a medium 4 weight, and again, it is the Caron cotton cakes. I think I gave some of these away a few months ago. The Caron cotton cake. And this particular color is Fruit Tropics. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? It has yellow and turquoise, a little bit of coral, a little purple. Did I say purple already? Anyway, this is one of the cakes that comes in the box. The second cake is a Caron cotton cake as well, and this one is Candied Lavender. Let me show you this one. Oh man, that is so beautiful. Look at the colors in that. That's really beautiful. I don't know what the camera's picking up, but I think it's going to be okay. So these 2 colors are in the Crochet Surprise box this month. And you can make 2 scarves with this. Think Christmas or just think summertime. Beautiful scarves. And you get so much yarn. I know this is more yarn than you need, but you know. Each one has 530 yards on the cake. So I'm sure it's plenty to make the scarf. And that is a really nice Crochet Surprise box. So the key word for next Monday's drawing will be Rose, R-O-S-E. Be sure you put that in your comment, R-O-S-E. And the winner will be selected from all of your comments that have the word rose in them on this particular video. So be sure to sign up for the giveaway for next Monday. It is the Crochet Surprise box. I'm really excited to give that away. They send me one every month and I give it away as a gift to you, and they give it away as a gift from them. So it's a very wonderful box. It's a monthly box, and I do like to promote it because I used to get it every single month. And the owners of Crochet Surprise and I worked out a little bit of a deal for me to give one away every single month and to go through it and show you what comes in a monthly subscription. So you might want to consider that going forward. It's a wonderful monthly subscription. It's always something really nice. And this month it's something to wear. So that's right up my alley. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I will be back later this week. My plan is to release a video with my newest sweater and to tell you all about the pattern. So be looking for that. And then next Monday, join me to find out what's on the hook.